republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, Charlie's a good man. Will you help with the introductions? Is it on? Okey doke.
Charlie Swan, principal at DES.
Cindy Matthews, Jericho High School. Mary Ann Hutchinson, Rumford Times.
Jason Long, J.B. Kelly Deerfield Middle School and curriculum coordinator for the district.
Jay Nicholson, bus driver.
Brenna Parent, hopefully soon to be RSU56 employee.
Welcome, everyone. Okay, we have some adjustments to the agenda. No one is online for board members? Tina's on, so all right, so we'll be doing roll calls. Motion to add the following. Could I have a motion, please?
So move.
And a second?
I second.
Thank you. All the, a roll call?
Dawn. Larry. Joy.
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Tina.
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Liz.
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
All right, consideration of the minutes of the April 23rd, 2024 board meeting. Could I have a motion, please? And a second? Comments, questions, or revisions needed? Seeing none, roll call?
Dawn.
Yes.
Larry. Joy.
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Tina.
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes.
Brad.
Abstain.
Liz.
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
All right, public comment. This is a time the public can make a comment respectfully. Is there anybody online with their hand raised? Anybody in the audience? Okay, communications.
I do have two communications to report. RSU56 received 2 communications from the Maine Department of Education. We've been approved for the Title I reallocated fund grants for the summer school program at $61,424.44. And we also received an ARP Summer Learning and Enrichment Program grant for $18,090.76. Those 2 grants will support the summer programming at Derigo Elementary School with both academic and enrichment activities.
I have a question. What is ARP?
American Rescue Plan, AKA COVID money that needs to be spent before the end of September.
Thank you for putting that so succinctly.
Thank you. Any other questions? Is that it? You got another thing? No, that was it. All right, old business. Okay, strategic planning update.
Yes, so we have a meeting Monday evening. For those of you that are on the team, we will be looking at the information that we gathered through the survey from the staff, community members, and public around here, and making some final adjustments to the draft strategic plan. And then we will be bringing it to the board for review for the June 11th meeting.
What time is the meeting?
The meeting is at 5:30, saying that with hesitation.
I'll just make sure I tell my fellow ones on the meeting who come a half hour late. New business. Yep, new hires. Go for it.
I am incredibly excited to bring forward for your consideration tonight Brenna Parent. Brenna has a BS as well as a master's, and her master's is in school guidance. So bringing her forward as an 075 certified person to do the guidance at Derigo High School. When I called Brenna's references, I heard crazy, amazing things such as, well, the first one just about cried and said, I have never had the privilege of working with such a wonderful guidance counselor before in my life, and that she'll be horribly missed in her exiting school. Others told me that she was a superstar, rock star, like probably the best human that they've had the pleasure of meeting, as well as the fact that she does her guidance job with the utmost of professionalism and efficiency. So I cannot be any more excited to bring forward to you a fully certified guidance counselor for Derigo High School in Brenna Parent.
Oh, sorry. Question?
Can we ask a question?
Yeah.
I've heard great things just recently and before that. This is not an interview. Like, it sounds like, unless people vote no, the job's yours. Philosophically, as a guidance counselor, I remember guidance counselors when I was young. They were all over the map. How do you look at things? What's your role?
I look at the whole student. That's their academics, their emotional well-being, and their social well-being. So I'm here to support the whole student, and I'm really excited to work at the high school level, specifically to help them with their future plans and goals.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions or comments? Could I get a motion, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Again, comments or questions? All right, roll call.
Dawn, Larry,
Yes.
Joy,
Yes.
Kathleen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Brad,
Enthusiastically, yes.
Liz,
Absolutely, yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes,
Congratulations.
welcome. I'm so excited. We have a. Thank you. Very exciting. Okay. Oh, it's still on, Jay. Said, all right, Jason's next. Oh.
Yep.
Well, you can pass them out.
Good evening. I'm bringing two names forward to you tonight, who all found out fairly recently that they'd be coming to the board tonight and coach and have other commitments, and were unable to come tonight because of their athletic commitments. However, I'm excited first to bring forward Tammy Brown. Many of you, I think, know Tammy. She formerly served on the board of directors in RSU56. She's a veteran teacher, currently teaching at Mountain Valley Middle School, has a lot of experience teaching a number of different content areas, including things around literacy. She'll be our 6th grade ELA reading and writing teacher next year. And her biggest strength from the interview experience, as well as calling references, is forging good relationships with kids that might previously have had some behavioral issues. And I think that's a really good fit for what I need on my 6th grade team next year. And so I bring her forward for your consideration. So she is a tennis coach, and I've been texting with her. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't grab them without their consent.
Oh, okay. All right. Could I get a motion, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Dawn, Larry, Joy,
Yes.
Kathleen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
Go Cougars.
Go Cougars. Go ahead again.
Okay. And the next gentleman is a track coach, and that's why JT is not here tonight. As you know, when you hired Sarah Thurston to be the athletic director, that created an opening at the middle school for our PE health teacher. Mr. Taylor currently teaches at Mountain Valley Middle School. And he is coming to us with a lot of experience and really interesting experience, working as an Ed Tech 3 for a number of years, really has strengths with students with a variety of different needs, has a really great philosophy about what the purpose of middle school physical education is. It's about wellness, whole body wellness and experience and building confidence and getting out there and trying things. He's really strong with his classroom management. He is a very even keel and a calm demeanor, which I think is going to fit very well with what the needs are for a middle school gym teacher for us. He is certified. He has a lot of initiative, has been running track programs in the community in addition to teaching. And as I said, is currently one of the physical education teachers at Mountain Valley Middle School and looking to join us. And I'm glad he wants to.
Okay, could I get a motion, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Comments, questions? Seeing none, roll call?
Dawn, Larry,
Yes.
Joy,
Yes.
Kathleen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes,
Brad,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Go Cougars.
Go
I feel
Cougars.
like I should publicly say all three of those candidates tonight were from Mountain Valley Middle School. Sorry about that to our neighboring district.
So, Bruce is online, correct? Okay, so we're gonna go back to, the Region 9 update. Bruce, can you hear me?
Yes.
Are
Can you
you
hear-
ready?
So unfortunately, I was not at the last Region 9 meeting. I had a pretty good reason. I became a proud grandparent. So
Oh,
had my first grandchild. So I'm excited about that. So it was the day I was happy to miss a meeting to see such a thing happen. On behalf of Region 9, so far everything is going quite well. I'm going to kind of read off. I did have them send me the minutes to everything. Basically, from the director's report, our building construction students toured the Ethan Allen facility in Becker Falls and Orleans, and they were able to see the entire process from the logs to the furniture. Also on the 24th, the outdoor skills and leadership students took the main guide exam and passed. So this is the first CTE student in Maine to take the exam. On the 25th, the two culinary arts students, along with Chef Brown, traveled to UMO to the culinary competition. One of the students became ill, so I had to withdraw from the event, but the other student continued and competed in the event solo and was awarded the Chef's Award. Let's see, what was the other one? On the 27th, three of the teachers along with our director accompanied a Region 9 student, a 2024 Student of the Year, and Anthony Smith, who happens to be a Derigo senior, to the statewide TT Student of the Year celebration in Lewiston. Some of our students from our metal trades and heavy equipment are traveling to BIW to tour and see what's going on with the ship that's actually under construction. Our new welding project that's going on is now in the process of starting to break ground, along with we're also getting things moving forward to the new culinary arts program. The new building that we're going to have, the outdoor part for that is starting to move forward. We're also in the process, and I don't have many details on it, on the outdoor skills property that we were looking at. I was going to ask questions at that, but unfortunately, as you know, I was not at the meeting. Our budgets for both the CTE program, along with the adult education program, both budgets passed. It was a savings to all the districts. We were able to trim a little bit more as from the first numbers to the final numbers that things got proposed and passed through. All of our programs right now are to a point where some of the programs are at capacity. It is unreal and so warming to know that there's so many students looking to further education with Region 9 with our programs. All of our programs are very well staffed. All of our programs have good reviews, and all of our programs seem to be having a lot of students involved into them. So moving forward, we're probably, again, it's as always with CTE, you can have promised numbers of now, you could see numbers go up, could see numbers go down. But right now, we're on track to being, again, one of our most amount of students that we've seen at this programs. So everything is moving quite well with the school. We're moving forward also. We've been dealing a little bit with as around with the rest of the town with some of these sinkholes from flooding that we saw this winter. Region 9 was not taken aside from that. They were also had a couple of areas. So we're dealing with FEMA to have them see if they're going to help us in doing some renovations to one of them is in our parking lot. One is off where some of our equipment is used. So right now it is not hampering or making any problems with getting in and out of the school. But in case someone all of a sudden wonders why there's a trailer over a hole in the front parking lot, that is our reason, is we're dealing with the sinkhole that occurred from the flooding. So right now, we're trying to find out what's going to be done for that. Other than that, that's kind of what the highlights I got off from everything that we were read. The only other thing they had was upcoming events that's going on. The CNA state board exams are going to be held coming up the end of this month. Our project let's see, the preschool graduation will be held on the 24th, and senior end of the year celebration will be held on the 29th. Other than that, that's pretty well as much as I could read and get off from the minutes that we got from the director. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions for Bruce? Thank you very much, Bruce. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
All righty. We're going to move to project graduation overview. Logan and Ms. Bryant.
Hello, is this on? It's on. All right. My name is Logan Timberlake. I'm here on behalf of the senior class. We're presenting Project Grad tonight. Our plan is to depart from the high school at roughly 8:30, and we will arrive at Margarita's Restaurant in Auburn roughly 9:30. And then we will plan to leave Margarita's and arrive at Spare Time in Portland at 12 a.m. Spend our time from 12 to 3 a.m. at Spare Time, and then leave Spare Time at 3 in the morning and arrive back here around 4:45 to 5 in the morning. And we will need one bus or transportation, and we will have 5 chaperones.
Okay. Any questions for Logan? Go ahead, Brad.
What are you guys doing?
Spare Time has a small arcade, a few bowling lanes, and they have laser tag. So we're all going in there.
They gonna feed you?
We're stopping at Margarita's and buying food there.
Is that because they open 4 in the afternoon? Is that 9 p.m. at night you're gonna eat there, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not in the morning.
No, at night
Okay.
after graduation.
And you guys gonna stay up all night?
Oh yeah.
Any other questions for Logan? I need a motion to approve. It would be the one bus transportation
So moved.
and the project grad. And second, comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Dawn, Larry, Joy,
Yes.
Kathleen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Carl.
Have
Yes.
fun.
Thank you.
Thank. Do you guys, it's the contract. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all set.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. All right. How are we doing this, Mary? Do we do the motion first? All right. I need a motion to move the vote. Can I read it or do they have to read it?
I think whoever does the motion should read it.
Yep. Would anybody like to make that motion? Oh, he doesn't have glasses. All right, Carl will do it.
I'd like to make a motion that I move the vote entitled Vote to Call and Approve the Warrants for the budget meeting and the budget validation referendum, and to authorize the notice of amounts adopted be approved in form presented to this meeting, and that a copy of said vote be included within the minutes of this meeting.
Could I have a second? Comments or questions? Go ahead, Brad.
Yes, Mary's gonna. It's coming.
There's another, is this the revenue? Okay. Oh, that was the motion, right? Yeah, okay, it was double duty. So now we're going to have,
Roll call.
oh, roll call, duh.
John, Larry.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Liz.
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
So I just want to remind you all, I gave you a black pen because it should be signed in black, and you need to sign on the same line on each of these. I'll start on this end, and sooner or later we'll be done.
Thank you. Logan, you can go home. I'll see you tomorrow. I-
Tina, if you would like to come in tomorrow and sign, you can. We do have enough here so that you don't have to, but if you would like to have your name on this, by all means, stop in Mary's office tomorrow to sign.
Okay, I'll
Your name.
be in New Hampshire until 7:30 p.m. So I'm assuming you won't be there. Can I come by Thursday or is that too late?
That is a good assumption, Tina, that Mary and I will not be here at 7:30 tomorrow night. Thank you anyway.
Okay.
we are all done signing. And we'll move on to the next item. I'll give Mary a shot to sit down. Okay. Yeah, you are. It's a motion to approve the revenue anticipation bid note. So I'll let you explain. Do we have that? Yep. And I'll let you do a little explanation first.
So this is one of these things that we do once a year and go out to bid for the revenue anticipation note so that we have money that we can borrow from a bank if we need it for cash flow purposes. And if you look at your sheet that you have in your folder, down at the bottom, you see that for the last 6 years, we've only drawn down just the amount that I have to draw down on July 1st to make it official and then paid it right back. And so we've only paid between $16 and $30 in interest for the year. Well, the 2 bids that came in, I sent out invitations to bid to 12 different banks and only 2 bids were received. And one of those bids came in after the deadline. And they sent an email saying, I know this is late and I know you probably can't accept it, but here it is. So Androscoggin Bank was the only one that came in on time with a 6.79% interest rate. But they also put a clause in that there'll be a non-utilization fee of $750. And the reason for that is these banks, don't want to have $500,000 that we can draw from for the year and only make $18 of interest for the year. So that's understandable. But what Pam and I are recommending, and we talked about this to the finance committee when we had the bid opening, is not accepting, we can't accept Bangor Savings Bank bid because it came in late. And we're recommending that you not accept the Androscoggin Bank bid because with the amount that we have set aside for the $277,500 for the next 4 years, we have enough money so that it shouldn't be a cash flow problem. And it seems like not a good idea to pay $750 for money that we probably won't need.
Are we not allowed to accept the Bangor bid or make a reconsideration? Is that
We
statute?
cannot accept it because we did have one bid that came in before the deadline.
Okay.
Any other questions for Mary?
The only other thing that I will say is if for some reason we did get into a cash flow problem, it isn't just this time of year that we can go out to bid for revenue anticipation note. It can be done at any time during the year.
So Mary, we really don't need a motion yet, right? You don't know.
If you
Oh,
all-
just a motion to what we want to do as a action, meaning to do what you just said. I'm gonna
I
let
think you would want a
Carl.
motion to forego getting
I was gonna ask a question real quick. The only
Yeah.
time we needed the money was year 1, right?
Correct.
When we didn't have anything going.
We didn't have a penny.
I make a motion that we forego this note.
Do I have a second? Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Dawn, Larry,
Yes.
Joy,
Yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, next is a request for an overnight trip for the Outdoor Learning Club at DHS. They have them grant funded.
It's me.
It's you. Okay, I'll let you go.
Yep. So I put together this grant. Again, this was some funds that the Department of Education is releasing to use up before the end of September. But they offered outdoor learning opportunities for this current summer coming up. And we have an outdoor learning club. So I did submit the grant. We received the grant and it's going to cover the cost of the adults running it, the equipment needed, food and campsites. So they're looking to do at least 2 nights with an overnight canoeing trip and then 2 different nights with an overnight camping hiking trip. So we just need to, because it's overnight, both times we would need board approval to do those.
Okay,
Make a motion, we approve the trip.
second. Okay, comments or questions? So they're doing a canoe trip, so I'm assuming, is it still Caroline who runs?
So Carolyn Viot is not available this summer.
Oh,
She's very busy, but our Caitlin O'Connor, who's one of our science teachers and is a military in the reserves, she has stepped up and she's organizing this. And she will be going to do the mandatory training to take kids out into wilderness spaces. That will be part of the grant money that we spend to have her go do that training. So she'll be ready, and she does have another person that is going with her. So there'll be 2 adults on the chaperone, and they're looking at about 10 kids. And it'll be open to the middle school and the high school students.
Any other questions? Seeing none, roll call?
Dawn, Larry, Joy,
yes.
Kathleen.
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
Okay, and we scrubbed that. Board member comments. Okay, I think we've talked a lot. All right, I'm gonna let you finish your superintendent's report.
So I just want to start by publicly acknowledging Charlie Swan as Principal of the Year. It's an incredible honor for him and for us as a district. The celebration at Jericho Elementary School was just absolutely fabulous when the kids and the staff found out that he was Principal of the Year. I know there were a lot of people that would have liked to have been there. It was a very tight assembly in terms of the MPA was very clear on, like, we had to keep this embargoed and we couldn't get information out to people. So I apologize if you wanted to be there and weren't able to, but it was pretty tight. And then next week, Charlie goes to a Night of Excellence in Augusta to be celebrated, and he will be the ambassador from the state of Maine going to Washington, D.C. next October. So I'm really proud of Charlie and the work that he does at Jericho Elementary School.
Yay, Charles! Who'd have thunk it? Yeah. go ahead.
Were you on TV this morning, Charlie? Were you on TV this morning
No, they were there for the weather.
for the weather? No?
I'm going to continue my report. Every resident that has a post office box or a mailbox should have received a budget newsletter. It was sent to everybody in our 4 towns with all the information about the upcoming budget vote. If anybody has questions, comments about it, please feel free to call Mary or I. Just want to say that the end of the school year is coming really fast. So the last scheduled day is Thursday, June 13th. It will be an early release day, so student dismissal starts at 11:30. Now, all RSU56 employees will then come here in this room for afternoon, starting at 12:45 for a luncheon. At that time, we also celebrate our retirees, and then we do some drawings at the end of the day. So if you, as a board member, would like to attend, please just let me know that you're coming. And if you would like to donate anything for the drawings, please let me know that as well, because we're happy to have even more things to give away. Jericho High School graduation is on Friday, June 7th at 6 p.m. And again, if you want a ticket to attend, please let me know so that we can get you a reserve ticket so that you can attend that event. I am out of the country during the June 25th scheduled board meeting, so we will not be having a board meeting that evening, but I am wondering if the board would consider a short board meeting on June 18th if we need it, which we will, because we have to sign the votes from the June 11th voting in our 4 towns. So it would be a short one. We would just be verifying those votes as well as hiring any new staff that we might have at that last minute to bring forward. So it wouldn't be a full board meeting. It would be a special board meeting. If you could indicate whether or not that could work for you, that would be great, because we would need a quorum to get those things done. And then I would like to answer Brandy Bordeaux's question about the bathrooms being individual stalls at Jericho High School. I was able to do some research on that. The Maine Department of Education guidelines around schools' bathrooms say that you have to have adequate number of bathrooms, which is not the most helpful word in the world. So I did look up the OSHA guidelines, because I figured that's what they would move to if they needed to. And it does say that For Derigo High School, considering that we have 230 to 240 students, we would need 15 plus or minus toilets available. We currently have 18, and if we change the 4 multi-use bathrooms into single-use bathrooms, we would only have 6 available, so we would not be anywhere near the guidelines for individual bathrooms at Derigo High School. So that's just the answer to that question that has come up a couple times. I also want you to know that I attended the annual Drummond Woodsum Conference on Friday. There were a number of attorneys, and they provided updates on a variety of topics, including, but not limited to, technology safety, Title IX regulations, public comment at board meetings, AI, just to name a few. It was a worthwhile day. It was a ton of information. I was taking notes rapidly and furiously throughout the morning because literally there's just every attorney had 10 minutes to just go over a topic, and it was kind of rapid fire all day. But it was I thought, a very worthwhile event. Before I move on to reporting of hires, any questions over those pieces?
I do. Is there a requirement to have Drummond Woodson as our attorney?
There is not.
So the board has the option to change that.
We could potentially use a different one. There's really just a couple of school focused attorneys. They're kind of the only ones in this area of the state, and then there's one in the more northern area of the state, but they're typically the only ones that focus and specialize on schools.
Okay, thank you.
I did read her notes and the things that are coming up that were passed by the legislature and the things we need to change was like, oh, when are we supposed to do all these lovely things? So it was a lot of detail. I said, how do you know what you're doing? It was, some of it I'll go over a little bit more, but I mean, it's amazing how much the legislature changes what we do.
And I'll happily share those notes with anybody.
Yes,
that's
it was
interested.
very interesting.
One other thing, on May 28th, we do have our budget hearing here at Derigo High School. And then after that meeting, I would like to also have a short board meeting to just hire anybody that's ready to be hired at that point. So we'll have the regular budget meeting, and then we'll go into a brief school board meeting. Continuing on, Mariah Walsh has been hired as a middle school special ed Tech 3 for next year, as well as Dave Husson. He will be hired as a special education learning facilitator. He will need to go through that program in order to go from where he's at now to be an Ed Tech 3. We do have, unfortunately, a couple of resignations. Charity Webster is the music teacher at Derigo Elementary School. She is resigning at the end of this contract year. And Shayna Seams, a Derigo Elementary teacher, is also resigning at the end of this contract year. We do have some transfers. Trisha Fletcher is going to transfer from Special Ed Tech 3 at Derigo Elementary School to the Derigo Elementary School School Secretary. And last time I reported out that Tasha Chapman was going from the elementary school to the middle school. We since have had an opening at the high school, and she asked to transfer into that. So she's actually coming to the high school next year instead of the middle school.
Any questions for Pam? All right, seeing none, committee reports. We don't have a student rep
Yeah,
here.
she has a game tonight. She did say she
Okay.
apologized. She's hoping to get back when she doesn't have games.
Yep. Policy committee, we did meet today. We had a couple that the personnel had recommended some changes. We've got to do a little research on them. We also had about our eligibility for co and extracurricular academic. Well, it covers everything, not just the academic. And that hadn't been touched in years. What we had for the high school was that they pass 5, they have to pass 5. Well, that was really pertinent when they didn't have block scheduling, and that has changed. So currently, it was a teacher that brought it up to me, go, Barbara, they can fail 3 classes for 4 years, their core classes, not graduate, but they can play sports and activities. So the committee reviewed it and went for some changes, and the middle school currently is you don't fail a class. You have 2 weeks to make it up and, you get a lot of. So it will be brought at the next board meeting for first reading, which will start the beginning of the school year by the time the first and second reading. And it will it will be similar that both middle school and high school, you'll have to pass your classes and be on track to graduate, because that is the priority. And so that is a couple changes on that. Finance.
Mary seems to be handling it quite well.
Curriculum, Brad.
Jason's not here. That's okay. He just wanted to get out of it. So yeah, we had a curriculum committee meeting. Nothing that we had to approve, but Jason had come to us and said that he wanted at the elementary school with Charlie wanted to kind of beta test a new math program. And really what a lot of that looks like, it doesn't need board approval to beta test it. Where we get a pretty substantial deal on using it. And it is in alignment with a reading program they're already using called Amplify. The teachers are finding that Amplify has been something they've been very pleased with as it compares to other programs they've had. And they feel that maybe this Amplify Math is going to have that same vibe to it. They're obviously going to give us feedback to what's going on. We had lots of questions. I would say Charlie's team was great. I think I'm going to get all the names here, but I'm not going to get last names right. So Charlie can correct me. But Charlie was there, and Heather Gray was there, and Amy, what's her last name now? It is still Gammon. Okay. And Abby, what's Abby's last name? Colpitz, Abby Colpitz. They all gave some really great feedback about this program, the way it looks, their excitement over Amplify in general, and really real feedback about kind of maybe some things that should be done differently. And as we work through those, I'll bring them to the board. But that's where things stand with the curriculum committee.
Thank you. Buildings and grounds.
We're gonna meet May 24th, 1 o'clock here. The floor is ready to pour up to the new bus garage. Some of the steel is already in. I understand that the whole building is in the state of Maine, but they haven't got it all on site yet.
Okay. Thank you, Don. Negotiations, we have no more this year. Personnel. what have
Personnel's
you-
going to meet on May 28th at 5 o'clock before our budget meeting.
5 o'clock. Ad hoc, Larry, you wanna? Yep, June 11th. Okay. All right, we do not have an executive session. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And a second? Roll call.
Dawn, Larry, Joy,
Yeah.
Kathleen,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes, sorry.
Barbara,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Liz.
Yes.
Carl.